Okay, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Is everything okay? I hope everybody is feeling well. Everyone feels good today. So if you feel good, you can learn with me very full concentration. Okay, then, in this happy occasion, today we are talking about our uh, you know, our first lesson. This lesson is very simple. I think everybody knows this lesson, but no matter how, this lesson is a little bit challenging you. It seems a little bit extraordinary than any other lesson you have ever learned so far. So today our lesson is talking about introduction. What is it? Introduction. Let me write down on the whiteboard. Here, introduction. Introduction means introduce. What do you introduce about? You introduce about yourself. When you introduce yourself, that means you are introducing who you are and what you are. You tell about your personal information. You tell about your family, your job, your home address, etc. People need to introduce themselves when they are getting acquaintance. People need to be sociable. People need to get to know each other. People need to communicate with other people. When you tell who you are and what you are, that means you are telling yourself. Avoid, avoid when you tell about two things. The first thing, you don't need to tell your religion, what your religion it is. It doesn't need. And the second one about your personal, very personal information. Yeah, you don't need to tell. Beside religion, you don't need to tell about your marital status. The most common introduction when you tell to another speaker or to the interlocutor, which means lawan bicara, your interlocutors means lawan bicara. First of all, you must tell your name. When you tell your name, that means you tell your complete name. You may also tell your nickname. You must also tell your surname if you have. So let me write down. Let me write down here. Introduction. Introductions mean giving your personal information. When you give your personal information, that means you giving your personal information. Personal information dealing with, berhubungan dengan, dealing with, berhubungan dengan name, and then place, date of birth, and then occupation. You may also say profession, profession, double S ya. Profession bukan double F, but one F double S. Ada yang nulis terkadang profession F-nya double, S-nya double. Ada pula yang menulis F-nya satu, S-nya satu. But the proper one, first one F and double S. And the fourth is about your saying your maybe you can also tell your home address. Where do you live or where are you living? And then hobby and interested. What are you interested in it? And then your idea or obsession. What do you want someday? What do you want to be someday? What do you want to be someday when you grow up? Asking name, when you asking people's name, you should be careful to whom are you talking to. If you making formal conversation, avoid asking someone's name by saying, what's your name? What is your name is the common question to asking for somebody's name. But avoid using what is your name in formal conversation. In formal conversation, you may say, may I have your name? You may say, could you tell me your name, please? You may say, may I know your name, please? That is about name. Place, date of birth is talking about where and when were you born. Where were you born and where were you born? When you tell what place exactly you were born, that means you're telling the place. When you're telling the date of the month, including the year, that is date of birth. For example, I was born in Bukit Tinggi. I was born in Bukit Tinggi on. Nah, don't forget, use the proper pronouns on. If you use the date and the month, I was born on 27 May. Not I was born in 27 of May. Next, occupation or profession. What do you do? Is the most common formal spoken English. What do you do? Asking about jobs occupation. What do you do? Apa pekerjaanmu? Avoid using what is your job or what is your occupation at the first time when you making short and long conversation with someone whom you just met. Jadi kalau baru kenal sama seseorang, menanyakan apa pekerjaan dia, hindari pertanyaan dengan kalimat what is your job. Lebih baik gunakan kata what do you do atau what do you do, what do you exactly do, or you may say what do you do for a living. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a lawyer. I'm an English teacher. That is job's name or profession's name. And then home address. Home address, you may ask by using 3 different questions. You may say, where do you live? You may say, where are you living? And you may say, what is your address? Di mana alamatmu? Pernah ada siswa bertanya, di mana alamatmu? Dia menggunakan kalimat begini, where is your address? That is broken grammar. That is uncommon English conversation. What is your address? That is much better. And the fifth one, asking about hobby. If you just have one hobby, you may say, my hobby is. But if you have more than one hobby, you may say, my hobbies are blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Interest is a kind of hobby. I'm interested in swimming. I'm interested in playing football. And the last question is about idea, obsession, cita-cita. What do you want to be someday when you grow up? What do you want to be someday when you grow up? Or you may also say, what's your obsession? Well, guys, I think this is the end of our first lesson today. Don't forget, keep on studying harder and improve your speaking and listening and reading and writing ability. Thank you for joining us. Good morning.